Hey, vinyl community, Jeff here, and I am going to be showing the recent mail order stuff that I got in. I was thinking about this. I'm like, isn't everything that I get in pretty much mail order if it's not purchased in the store, But I guess I've been differentiating between typical mail order and Amazon, since Amazon's kind of like its own creature, it seems like. Anyway, so these are just items that came in the mail from other sources other than Amazon, because I do have some stuff from Amazon that I'm waiting to do a video on. But this came in, and this is a connection to the video that I did last week with the other two of these. But I got the other Stryper reissue from Church of Vinyl. And this was the one. This is the only album by them that I did not have in any format on vinyl from before. It was released back in the early 2000s, 13, 14, something like that. And I missed out on it. And it's really expensive now. So I was glad to see this one reissued. No more hell to pay. And this completes the vinyl series. Well, aside from like a live album that I missed out on a while back. But anyway, as far as studio albums, this completes it. Now, it also means that, and I mentioned this, I think, in my last video, that of the Church of Vinyl reissues, the only one I didn't buy was Fallen, because I already had Fallen on vinyl. Now I feel bad because I've got all the Church of Vinyl reissues, even the albums I do have. But I don't have that one now. So now, I don't know. I'm not going to seek it after too much. But as with the others, it's a pop-up of the cover. There. This one is a double record set. The others were single. This one is just too big for one record. And so, yeah. And it's limited. The first handful were on like a weird filled color, and then the last bit were splatter, and then the majority of them were the clear yellow. And again, they didn't come in any kind of poly sleeves, but probably end up replacing that. Yeah, actually on this one I see this one is numbers 1 through 50 were yellow and black splattered. Number 51 through 250 are blue and white splattered. And this one actually is in 999, whereas the other two I think were 777 printed. And in 251 through 999 are clear yellow. I have number 445. And this is the album that, they did a cover of Jesus Is Just Alright by the Doobie Brothers. And yeah, this is just, it's got a lot of great stuff. This is one of their early ones when they, got back together and really went back for the Stryper sound. This was the album where they kind of returned to true to form. Stryper, of course, got back together in the early 2000s. They put out Reborn in 2005, which was later admittedly was a Michael Sweet solo album that he was convinced to go ahead and have the Stryper boys play on as a reunion album. So it didn't have the Stryper feel as much as it did more of a Michael Sweet solo feel. They followed that up in 2009 with Murder by Pride, which is a great album, but again, and it was basically a return to, the actual Stryper band, but again, didn't totally feel like that dual attack melodic vocals Stryper sound that we're so used to. They followed that up with the covers album in 2011. They did a bunch of covers too. Great album. And then this one in 2013. And this one is where a lot of people, and I would agree, it really came together as Stryper being back. This album just solidified the Stryper sound that we were so used to from the 80s, but yet bringing it, into modern era, heavier than usual, just great stuff. And then every album since this has been consistent. They've done 3 other, great albums, 2 of which I just showed. Sound-wise, they are just as great as ever. And they've just got a new modern, yet still very identifiably Stryper sound. Again, it's a double record. It's got custom labels. One of the labels you can see is kind of a blue for heaven. The other one's kind of hell. Same with the inserts. So these are the pockets that have the lyrics on it. And this is what the album's, the actual inner sleeves that come separately. And you've got, the top of the picture and the bottom. So heaven and hell. And again, that just real briefly, that goes with the 2 that I picked up that I showed in a previous video of their most recent 2 albums. Also in the pop-up format, also in the translucent yellow. And so, yeah, so there, I got the 3 most recent Church of Vinyl reissues of those. So, Only other thing that came in the mail since then, and I found somebody on Facebook that was selling this, and I checked it. And I'm like, well, the price that he's selling it for is cheaper, even with shipping, than I can get it anywhere that I could tell. He was selling the copy of the new reissue of Grim Reaper, and this is on the kind of a gray color there. Reissued, remastered, all of that stuff. I think all of the first 3 albums or so have been that way, and I've got them on my wish list, but they're all up there in price. But this one was actually like $20, so went ahead and grabbed it. Great stuff. So yeah, that was it. There is one other one I was waiting on, but I was going to show that at a later time. It actually is probably going to show up today, and it was purchased around the same time as the Grim Reaper, but you know, delays in mailing, and here it's coming soon. So I'll save that for another day. But that's it. Just a couple of new things there. But that's it for the new items that came in the mail that were not Amazon releases. And I will be back. Rock on and rock hard.